Hi children, hope you all are fine and hope you are doing your works properly. You have studied, finished already one chapter. I think you have studied, and I know I contacted a few and I found that they did not complete the books properly. They did not finish their notes, and classes, when I asked them, they did not do it properly. So keep always in mind, you are in 9th standard. Next year or after few months, you will enter into 10th standard. And all these topics which we are studying here is needed for 10th standard. The continuation is coming in 10th standard. I took the chapter polynomials. That was the beginning for us. Now the continuation we are studying in 10th standard with the same chapter name, polynomials. So if you are not thorough with the 9th standard portions, it will feel it tough when you go to 10th standard, because we will not study or we will not say what we have studied in 9th standard. We will just directly enter to 10th standard, because you know we have time, we need time, or we have to do extra problems. So if we spend more on what we have studied, we will not have time to do our extra problems. So 9th standard portions, you must be thorough with the 9th standard portions. You will have in mind, we are not studying the same thing in 10th standard. It's not like that. The continuation is coming in 10th standard. Few chapters continuation is coming in 10th standard. One chapter is polynomial, which we already studied now. I think that is clear. Chapter is clear to you. Whatever you have studied, I think it is clear. Now, I am not making you confused, because I am saying the fact we need it for 10th standard. Because when you reach in 10th standard, you will feel it tough. Why? Because all those things we have studied in 9th standard, when we ask you to do the problems, you will feel it tough because you are not thorough with the 9th standard questions. And I am not saying or I am making you afraid. So keep in mind, whatever we are studying now, we need it for the 10th standard, and we are mainly focusing on 10th standard. So you must be thorough with 9th standard. So a few I contacted last week. Now this week also I will call few. I will ask them to send the notes to WhatsApp. So take it, whatever you have done in previously, you must be thorough with the topic. So I may ask you sometime, I may call you sometimes through WhatsApp and ask you questions also. And so you have to be thorough with your topic. Now I will go through your notebooks, I will check your notebooks. So those who did not complete your books, please complete it as early as possible. I know few are not at all bothered about their studies and not at all bothered about their notes. When I contacted or when I called you, I found it. So note in such a way, you must be able to do your works properly. So by that, I told you that was our last section of the chapter polynomials. And today we are going to begin a new chapter. Okay, and again I say the same chapter continuation we are studying in 10th standard, and our chapter name is linear equation in two variables. What is the chapter name? Linear equation in two variables. Two variables. Okay. So you have studied in previous classes or previous year, linear equation in one variable, isn't it? And this year we are having to study linear equation in two variables. Okay. So before moving to the chapter, we will just revise what we have studied last year. I told last year we studied linear equation in one variable. So what all you studied last year in linear equation in one variable? You know what is a variable, isn't it? When we studied the chapter polynomials, I told you what are variables and I told you what are constants. So it is an equation in one variable we studied last time. Linear equation one variable means it is an equation and it contains only one variable. So what all we studied last year in linear equation one variable? What all we studied? What all? Okay. So we studied what is a linear equation one variable? We know it is an equation of the form like 2x plus 3 equal to 0. It is containing only one variable. It is an example for linear equation in one variable because it contains only one variable and it is an equation. So we have studied this type of equation. We call it as linear equation in one variable. Okay, and also we have studied how to solve a linear equation one variable. We know how to solve here. You can take 2x is equal to, you can transpose this 3. So 0 minus 3, x is equal to, what do we say, minus 3 by 2. So value of x is equal to minus 3 by 2. So that also we studied last time. What is it? X is equal to minus 3 by 2. That is the value of x. We call it as the solution of this linear equation. Okay, that all we studied last time. What is the solution or how to find the solution? Here getting the value of the variable means it is the solution of this linear equation. Okay, and we know when we give solution means what is the meaning of solution of an equation? What is the meaning of solution? Solution means it is the value when we give here in this equation we get LHS equal to RHS. Okay, so the value which means LHS equal to RHS, the value of the variable we call it as the solution of this equation. So all those we have studied last time. What is a linear equation? How to find the solution of a linear equation, or what is the solution of a linear equation? Solution means it is those values of the variable which satisfies the equation. What is the meaning of satisfying the equation? It means that the LHS, when we give that value for this unknown, the LHS becomes equal to RHS. Okay, that is the solution of a linear equation. Okay, now what else we studied in this chapter? What we have studied? We have studied, what we have studied? Linear equation in one variable. We have studied how to represent this linear equation in one variable graphically. Isn't it? How can we represent a linear equation in one variable graphically? Which graph we are using there? Or how can we represent there? Okay, how we represent? You can represent a linear equation one variable using a line, isn't it? How we have representing this one? We have represented it on the number line. So how we will represent minus 3 by 2 on the number line, isn't it? That is how we represent a linear equation on a number line. That is a graphical representation of a linear equation in one variable. Okay. Now, so how can we represent it? We will draw a number line. Then we know middle one, we will take it as 0, positive numbers towards right side. then minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. This is our number line. Now we have to represent minus 3 by 2 on the number line, or position of minus 3 by 2 on the number line. How can we represent minus 3 by 2 on the number line? How we have done? We will see the denominator, isn't it? That way we have done. And we will split each intervals into each intervals we are splitting in such a way that the splitted part's number is equal to its denominator, which means here it is 2. So each interval we are going to divide into 2. Since it is a negative number, we know its representation will be towards the negative side of the number line. Okay, so this is the first, we are making it as first, or we are dividing this interval into 2. So this is the first one. We will take it as minus 1 by 2. Isn't it? And this one is minus 2 by 2, which is equal to minus 1. Isn't it? Such a way we have done 0, then minus 1 by 2, minus 2 by 2, and next one it is minus 3 by 2. This is the position of minus 3 by 2, or this is the position of this solution minus 3 by 2. Clear? This is how we represented a linear equation in one variable graphically or on number line. So, to represent a linear equation in one variable graphically, we are using a number line, one number line. Clear? All those we have studied last time. That is, about linear equation we studied to find the linear equation, and also to find the solution of linear equation, and also to represent a linear equation on a number line. It's clear, isn't it? All those we have studied last time. Okay, now we will move to this here topic. We are having to study linear equation in two variables. So, when we say about linear equation in one variable, we uses only one variable there, isn't it? And also we have studied one more thing in linear equation one variable. What we studied? We have studied the solution of a linear equation one variable is not affected when by adding or subtracting a number, same number on both sides, isn't it? We have studied where linear equation is not affected, or the solution of a linear equation is not affected when we add or subtract the same number on both sides of the equation. We have studied from lower class itself. Okay, I remember teaching you how to find, when we find the solution of an equation first time, we have used that method. We will subtract the same number to, that means to remove a number from one side. What we have done, we will add, if it is to remove, what we will do, we will subtract, or we will add the same numbers on both sides, isn't it? Clear? Or we know the solution of a linear equation one variable is not affected when we multiply or divide the same number on both sides of the equation. We have seen it, isn't it? So both the cases we have seen. When below our classes we are solving or we are finding the solution of linear equation in such a way. Clear? And again moving to our section, linear equation in two variables. From this heading itself or lesson name itself, we can understand about what we are going to study. We are going to study about linear equation in two variables. Is it clear now? We are going to study about linear equation in two variables. Okay. So we know it is an equation. It will be an equation, and it also contains how many variables? Two variables. Okay. So before entering this chapter, we will first see what is this linear equation equation in two variables. Okay, now I'll give an example. Suppose I go to a shop, okay, and I buy a pen and a book. Is it clear? When I buy the pen and the book, the shopkeeper told me I have to pay to the shopkeeper 30 rupees. Okay, I have to pay 30 rupees. So, which means what we can understand from here? This 30 rupees includes the cost of a pen and also the cost of the book. Clear? That is cost of the notebook. Okay. So, we don't know what is the cost of a pen. Sometimes the cost of a pen can be 5 and cost of the notebook can be 25, which means 5 plus 25 is equal to 30. Sometimes I am buying a better pen or I am buying a pen of 10 rupees. So, I can give the cost of the pen is equal to 10 and the cost of the book may be 20. So, I don't know it. So, I simply went to house and I say to the next person, I bought a pen and a book and I have given rupees 30. So, if it comes like that way, we don't know what is the cost of a pen or what was the cost of the pen which I have given. Suppose you don't know it, I am asking you what will be the cost of the pen, what will be the cost of the book. You don't know it, isn't it? How much rupees I have spent for pen, how much rupees I have spent for notebook. In that case, such cases which you don't know, you can use this variables. Okay, which means I can take cost of pen is equal to some variable x. It's not needed that you have to take always x. You can use any letters like S, T, P, Q, X, Y, then Z. Any variable you can use. So, for my convenience, I am going to use here X. So, cost of pen I have taken rupees X. Now, what else I have got there? Notebook, isn't it? I can take cost of this A pen, a notebook is equal to rupees Y. Clear? So, what we can say from here? What I can say from here? I took the cost of a pen is equal to X and I took cost of the notebook is equal to Y. And total how much rupees I have given to the shopkeeper? 30. So, you can say me, if you see I went to the shop and I am buying the book, isn't it? I just come and say you, I spent 30 rupees or I gave to the shopkeeper 30 rupees for buying a pen and notebook. You don't know what is the cost of a pen, you don't know what is the cost of notebook. It can vary, isn't it? In that case, if it is like this way, how can you say me or how you will say me if I take the cost of a pen is equal to X, cost of the notebook is equal to Y. How can you say relating all these things? Total cost is 30. So, how can we say cost of a pen, that is X, plus cost of a notebook, that is Y. X plus Y will be equal to how much rupees? It is 30. Okay. Now you can see this is an equation, isn't it? It contains an equal to sign. This LHS equal to some RHS. Okay. So, you can say this is an equation because it contains LHS and RHS, and how many variables we have used here? We have used 2 variables. Is it clear now? Since we have used 2 variables here and it is an equation, you can call it as it is a linear equation in 2 variables. Is it clear? I think it is clear what is a linear equation in 2 variables. It will be an equation. It contains how many variables? 2 variables. You not take x and y itself, you can take any other letters as the variable. So, how can you say, or what is a linear equation, two variables? How can you define a linear equation, two variables generally? A linear equation in two variables will be of the form sum ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. So, you may have confusion there. We have seen above part, you have seen it there. What we have taken there? X plus y is equal to 30. The same equation, I can write it as x plus y minus 30 is equal to 0. Isn't it? Okay. Now, again I can give another example. Then I will say the general form. I will take another example. Suppose I go to the shop and the shopkeeper says me, cost of pen is twice the cost of pencil. So, how can I form an equation here? Cost of a pen is twice the cost of a pencil. How can I form an equation here? I can take cost of the pen as some S. Okay. And I can take cost of pencil as some T. Now, how can I form the equation here? Cost of a pen is twice the cost of a pencil. Twice means what? What's the meaning is twice? It is 2 into. So, how can I relate here? Cost of a pen is means it is equal to. Cost of a pen is, that is equal to twice the cost of a pencil, that is 2, twice means it is 2 into, that is cost of a pencil you have taken as T. So, we can write here S is equal to 2T. Again you can see this is a linear equation in two variable because it is an equation. It contains how many variables there? It contains two variables. Which are the two variables used here? It is S and T. Okay, so next I got the next equation. S is equal to 2T. I can write it as it is S minus 2T equal to 0. I transpose this 2T to this side. Is it clear? Now we have studied coefficients, everything. Last previous chapter we have studied in polynomial what are coefficients. Here x is a variable. What is the number along with the x? It is 1 into x, isn't it? So we can say coefficient of x is 1. Is it clear? Here along y along. So what is the coefficient of y? It is 1 again. Okay. So here if you take it here, what is the coefficient of x? It is 1. Here if you take for t, what is the coefficient of t? It is minus 2t. And this we know it is a constant term. Here x plus y minus 30 is equal to 0. Here this is a constant term. Clear? So, a linear equation in one variable will contains two variables and also it can contains a constant term. Now we are going to generalize a linear equation in two variables. Okay. So, a linear equation in two variables will be of the form ax plus by plus c equal to 0. This is the general form of linear equation in two variables. Here a we call it as a coefficient of x, b we call it as the coefficient of y and c is the constant term. Let us see. Clear? So, here ax plus by plus c equal to 0 is the linear equation in two variables. Okay, is it clear? In this case, you can see when you take s is equal to 2t, that is you are getting s minus 2t is equal to 0. Here we don't have a constant term. No problem. If you don't have a constant term, it is also a linear equation, two variables. Clear? But it can have also what? A constant term. That is when we say generally, that is why we have a constant term, we have a y term, we have an x term. Here a is the coefficient of x, b is the coefficient of y and c is the constant term. Clear? Is it clear now? Now one more condition we have to say, a and b are not both 0. Can see? When we say this one, we have to say A and B are not both 0. Why we say A and B are not both 0? Why we say? Just explain it. What is a linear equation? Two variables. Its general form is AX plus by plus c is equal to 0. We say it as a and b are not both 0. Why we say so? If a alone is equal to 0, how can you write this one? You can write it as this part becomes 0, you get by plus c is equal to 0. This is also a linear equation, two variables, or when you see it now, you can understand how many variables it has. Only one variable. What is the variable used there? It is y. But the same linear equation, one variable, you can express in the form linear equation, two variables. How can you express it? You can take here a alone is 0, which means coefficient of x alone is 0, which means you can write it as 0x plus by plus c is equal to 0. So if a alone is 0, again you can form a linear equation in two variables. But we say a and b are not both 0. So if a alone is 0, no problem. We can form a linear equation in two variables. And if b alone is 0, how can you write it? If b is 0, how can you write it? It is ax plus 0y plus c is equal to 0. Clear? And if a and b are both 0 at a time, that is a equal to 0, b equal to 0. If a equal to 0, this becomes 0. What alone we get there? We get c is equal to 0, which means everything becomes 0. Is it clear? So that is why we say a and b are not both 0. Both cannot be 0. Any one can be 0. Okay. So from this what you understood? You told ax plus by plus c equal to 0 is the general form of a linear equation in two variables. And also we say a and b are not both 0. But a can be 0. Isn't it? Or b can be 0. Both cannot be 0. So what we can understand from here? Suppose I take a linear equation one variable, some x plus 1 equal to 0. Clear? It is a linear equation one variable. I can express the same linear equation one variable in the form of linear equation in two variables. How? How can I express? I can take here x is there. I can take the coefficient of y as 0. That is, I can write the y term as 0y. 0 into y is 0. So I can take the y coefficient as 0 and write the y term as 0y. And then plus 1 equal to 0. Same equation I can write in this form. Okay. So every linear equation one variables can be written in the form or expressed in the form linear equation in two variable. This much is clear to you. Is it clear? So I have said a lot, but only very little we are having to study from that. So what all we have understood or what all we have discussed now? What we have discussed? We have discussed about the general form of linear equation, two variables. What is the general form of linear equation in two variables? It is ax plus by plus c equal to 0. Okay. Is it clear? And then we said what we have said. We have said every linear equation in one variable can be expressed as a linear equation in two variables. Isn't it clear? And one more thing I have to say you, ax plus by plus c equal to 0. It is a linear equation in two variables, and I told you here a and b are not both 0, and again you can say about a, b and c. A, b and c can be any real number, which means that here everywhere we are using in the general form positive only. So if I take an example, before we have seen s minus 2t is equal to 0, isn't it? So here you can see the variable, it is negative. But when we say generally everywhere we are using positive, which means that here in this case a is equal to 1. Coefficient of s we are taking as a, and b is equal to what? It is coefficient of t. Since it is a negative term here, you have to write it as minus 2. Clear? Because general form of linear equation in two variables, we are taking everything as positive. So if negative is coming, this means that coefficient is negative. We'll give some examples. I'll give you some examples. First example, if I take, I told a, b and c can be any real number. If I take it as some root 2x minus 3y plus 4 equal to 0. What are the values of a, b and c here? A is equal to, what is it? Root 2. Okay. Here x and y are variables, but the coefficient of x and y can be any real number. Okay. So a I can take it as root 2. Again b is equal to, it is minus 3. Okay. Keep in mind, general form everywhere we are positives only. So if negative is coming, that means that coefficient is negative. You have to write b as negative 3. Okay. And c is equal to 4. Another example I take, pi x minus 3 equal to 0. Okay, this is an example for linear equation in two variables because it contains two variables x and y, and it also contains a constant term. So what is a here? A is equal to pi, b is equal to minus 1, and c is equal to, it is c is equal to minus 3. So if you are using minus, which means their coefficients or constants are integers, which means you have to take that negative and write. Okay, I say this because next year the same thing we are having to study, where we have to get the values a, b and c. So there also we are studying the linear equation two variables where we are taking the general form as ax plus by plus c equal to 0. So in that case you may be asked to find, to solve the problem you may be asked to find a, b and c. So when if there is negative, with the negative you have to take. Okay, is it clear now? Okay, now I told the coefficients can be any real number. So now we will see the examples or problems coming under this section. So what all problems come under this section? What all problems can come? One is to find a, b and c, just like this. That means if I take an example, 2x plus 3y plus 4 equal to 0. What is a? A is equal to 2. What is b? B is equal to 3. What is c? C is equal to 4. Okay. If it is negative, if it was minus 4, here it is c is equal to minus 4. Okay. That is the first type of problem we are doing under this section. Is it clear now? Next type of problem is a statement will be given to you. You may be asked to find its mathematical form. That is using the two variables. Just like we have seen, isn't it? Cost of a pen is twice the cost of a pencil. So how can you write cost of a pen is equal to x? Is, I told you, is equal to twice the cost of a pen. It is 2y. Okay. So another question can be the sum of the age of me and my father is 16. Okay. Sum of the age of me and my father is 16. So how can I write here? My age I can take it as x. Okay. Father's age I can take it as, it is equal to y. Sum of the age of me and my father is equal to 60 means how can I write it there? It is my age plus father's age is equal to what? 60. Okay, understood? So like this way forming an equation, such type of problems are also discussed under this session or under what we have discussed till now. Is it clear now? Okay. So again only this much we are studying in the first part. So in this chapter we are studying or we are introducing linear equation in two variables. Then we are studying about solutions of linear equation in two variables. Then we are studying the graphical representation of linear equation in two variables. And we have the last, that is equations of the lines parallel to x-axis and y-axis. This much we are studying in this chapter. And among that the first part is over. That is what is the linear equation in two variables we have seen. Also we have seen how to find or what is A, B and C. And also if a mathematical expression is given to you or no statement is given to you, you know how to form its mathematical form. Simple equations only will be asked. Next year we have in detail there to study. So our first part is over. Now we are moving to the second part. Second part is solution of a linear equation in two variables. Solution of a linear equation in two variables. So I'll just give an introduction only in this session, and the next session we'll see how to find the solution. Okay. So I told any linear equation in two variables will be of the form ax plus by plus c equal to 0. I'll take the first example we have taken, isn't it? What was it? Cost of a pen plus cost of a notebook is equal to how much rupees? 30 rupees. So here we are going to study about solution of a linear equation in two variables. What is the meaning of this solution? We have seen solution of a linear equation in one variable. When we study solution of a linear equation in one variable, I have told you what is it. It is those values of the variable which satisfies that equation. That means when we give the value of the variable, the LHS must be equal to RHS. Okay. In the same way, linear equation in two variables, solution of linear equation in two variables. What will be the solution here? Solution of this linear equation x plus y is equal to 30. What will be the solution? I told you, I am going to the shop, So I am buying in the pen and the notebook. So I know what is the cost of pen and notebook. I just told you together it costs 30. So in your mind you can take the values as what are. Cost of the pen can be 10. Cost of the notebook can be 20. You are getting 30. Clear? So we are getting LHS equal to RHS. That is a solution, isn't it? Yes or no? Now I take another example. I can take the cost of pen as some 5 and cost of the notebook I can take it as 25. So what I get here, answer is equal to 30. So here also LHS equal to RHS, isn't it? Now I can take, I bought a 2 rupees pen, 2 rupees pen I bought, isn't it? So I want to be the cost of the notebook then to be 28. So total I am getting 30. Again LHS equal to RHS. So what is the solution of linear equation in 2 variables? This. When I take x is equal to 10, x is equal to, here I took x is equal to 10, y is equal to 20. I got LHS equal to RHS. Since we have 2 variables for this equation, we must give the values for x and y as a solution, isn't it? Clear? Now again I took here 5, here I took x as 5 and I took y as some 25. Again I am getting LHS equal to RHS. So I can say that is also a solution, isn't it? So again I take x is equal to 2 and here I take y is equal to 28. Again I get LHS equal to RHS. Here not only one variable here or x alone, 2 variables are there, x and y, so we have to give values for both x and y. Then only we will get LHS equal to RHS. But when I give the values of x as 10, y as 20, I am getting LHS equal to RHS. When I gave the values of x as 5 and y as 25, I got LHS equal to RHS. Now when I gave the value of x is equal to 2, y is equal to 28, I got LHS equal to RHS. So which one I will take it as a solution? Which one I will take? You can see all these are solutions of this linear equation. Is it clear now? So a linear equation, 2 variables can have infinitely many solutions. Okay. So a solution of linear equations means it is the pair of values for x and y which satisfies the equation. It is not only one variable, it is the values of x and y which satisfies this equation. Okay. So we have seen it also, we can get infinite number of solutions. I can take the value of x as 1, x is equal to 1. What I get y? Y will be equal to what? If x is 1, y will be equal to 20 and it is also a solution. Okay. So according to the values we are taking for one variable, we will get the value for the next variable. Such a way we can find infinite number of solutions. Okay. So by this we will end our today's section, and in the next section this time we give only notes. We have only today's section. We know we have 2 sections. In the first section only our introduction of the chapter and words will be there, and the second session you will get your notes. Okay. So keep in mind, very less part I have taught you this time. So study it properly, understand properly. If you have any doubt, you can call me through WhatsApp or you can call me directly. I may call you back in WhatsApp if you want the more explanation. Is it clear? So we will study. We have to study for next year. So this year we will be studying it. Okay. So keep that in mind. I will study in this year. So I will make the next year easy for me. If you don't study all this year, you will feel it tough next year to study the topics. Okay. So study properly and do your works properly. Be up to date in your studies. You must revise the portions also regularly. Otherwise you will forget. Now we finished the chapter of polynomials. So you don't think that it is over. Again, when you get time, you just go through the polynomials chapter itself. Revise it frequently. Okay. So Thank you. So children, today in this session we will see the notes of this chapter, right? Chapter 4, linear equations in two variables. Then side heading, linear equation in two variables. An equation of the form ax plus by plus c equal to 0, where a, b and c are real numbers such that a and b are not both 0 is called a linear equation in two variables. You can write down the examples. Now we'll see the problems of this section. First question, express the following linear equation in the form ax plus by plus c equal to 0 and indicate the values of a, b and c in each case. First question, 2x plus 3y is equal to 4.37. So answers is, you are representing in the form ax plus by plus c equal to 0, that is 2x plus 3y minus 4.37 equal to 0. A is equal to 2, b is equal to 3 and c is equal to minus 4.37. Similarly, you can do the next question. And the next question, that is statement question. The cost of a notebook is twice the cost of a pen. Write a linear equation in two variables to represent the statement. So we are taking cost of the notebook as x and cost of the pen as y. So according to the question, you can write it as cost of the notebook is twice the cost of a pen, that is x is equal to 2y. That is how we represent the mathematical form of the question in statement into its mathematical form. Next question, write the following as an equation in two variables. So that is an equation, one variable is given, that is first question, x is equal to minus 5. How to write it in the form of linear equation two variables? I told you, you can take the coefficient of y as 0 and write. So first equation you can write as x plus 0y plus 5 equal to 0. Then second question, y is equal to 2, which means you can take the coefficient of x as 0. So you will get 0x plus y minus 2 equal to 0. Next 2x is equal to 3, you will get coefficient of y 0. So 2x plus 0y minus 3 equal to 0. So only this much you will have for notes of this section, and I will give you the works for this section. So this time we took the theory part together, and in the next section I am giving only the notes and only very little part, very few portions we have taken. That means very little we have taken today. So you must study it properly and do your works also. Along with this, I will give you a homework question, that is worksheet. That is, you have to do the page number 68 in your textbook, exercise 4.1 as homework. You have two questions there. Do it as homework, complete it. Okay, thank you.